Everything was normal until one day. Angel was getting more and more, well, sad every time he came back to work from Val. Val was an awful man that treated Angel horribly. Charlie noticed this, so one day she would go to check in on him. Everything happened like in canon, but this time, right when she said, "You have no right to treat him like that," Angel was going to stop Charlie, but before he could, Charlie punched Val, sending him flying through a wall. Val got up. "You think you can fight me? It's on." And they both started a battle. Angel was shocked. What did he do? Charlie's gonna get hurt. However, he failed to realize something. Charlie was the princess, and she had way more power than anyone realized. The battle continued. It was one-sided at first. Val was beating Charlie because, well, Charlie wasn't used to her powers. But as she got angrier and angrier, her powers began to soar. And eventually, she became to overwhelm Val. As Val looked up and said, "Hey, baby, I'm sorry. I won't treat Angel bad anymore. I promise. Please, just calm down. You don't want to hurt a pretty guy like me." As then Charlie punched him. "Shut up. You're ugly on the outside and on the inside. All you do is hurt others around you. Well, guess what? I'm going to make sure that never happens again." As Charlie began to scream, she let out all of her power straight into Val, and suddenly, Val would disappear, turn into ash. Charlie would regain consciousness. She was so angry she lost it. As she looked around, she was confused what happened. Angel was there. His entire life he was under Val. Or his entire afterlife, I should say. But now Val was gone, and he smiled. Angel felt mixed emotions. Don't get me wrong, he was happy Val was gone. And, well, he was happy Val could never do that to anyone else again. But now, with Val gone, what would he do? And for the most part, Charlie showed so much power, so much strength. I mean, he knew that Charlie was Lucifer's daughter, and that she was extremely powerful, but he always assumed she was too nice to show it. But she showed all of it, all to protect him. Well, he had to get out of there soon before the other V's showed up. As he got up, he said, "Let's go, Charlie." Charlie said, "What happened?" Angel would say, "You don't remember?" "No, I was just, oh my, what happened to Val?" Angel would say, "I'll tell you soon. Let's just go." As they both walked over to the hotel, Charlie would ask what happened, and Angel would say, "You got really mad," and then, well, that's what happened to Val. Charlie was shocked. I mean, Val did deserve it, but she wasn't supposed to do that. She never wanted to do that to anyone. Charlie looked down, sad, as Angel said, "Hey, you helped me." "I know, but what if I flip out on someone I care about?" Angel would sigh and say, "That won't happen. I believe in you, Charlie. Just like you believe in me." Angel smiled and walked off. Charlie felt happy about that, but Charlie was still sad. She began to look down more and more as thoughts ran through her head. What is this side of her? What was that anger? Will she ever feel it again? Could she ever control it? Vaggie would walk over and say, "What's wrong, hun?" Charlie would tell Vaggie what happened and say, "I just don't remember anything. What if this happens again? What if I hurt someone I care about?" Vaggie would hug Charlie and say, "You helped Angel, and you would never hurt someone like that. Besides, you're a good person, hun, and I know it." Charlie would smile and say, "Thank you. I love you, Vaggie. I love you too." Wait a second. Did you get rid of the other V's too? No. Oh no, they're gonna want revenge. Hun, could you get angry at them again? What? No, I don't want to do that. Vaggie would sigh. Well, there's gonna be a little war now because of that, but hey, we can do this, right? Charlie would say, "I don't want a war. Maybe we can apologize." Vaggie would say, "Charlie, you destroyed one of them. There's no way they would accept that." Charlie would sigh and say, "Yeah, you're right. Oh well. I'm sure we could talk things out, though." Meanwhile, we cut to Vox and Violet. As they were sitting down, Vox would say, "What's taking Val so long? They were supposed to have a meeting, all three of them." People would look and say, "Vox, Val is gone. Charlie got rid of him." Vox was shocked. He had a kind of on and off thing with him. Vox and Val never dated, but Vox did have feelings for him. He just looked down sad. He couldn't believe this. He lied to himself for a long time, saying he never cared about him, but now he has to admit to himself that he did care about Val, that Val actually meant something to him. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to react. He simply just stood there and thought about all the good times he had with him, and how much he meant to him, and how he took him for granted. As all these thoughts kept going through Vox's head, Violet would say, "How are we going to get revenge?" Vox would stand up and say, "I need a day alone. I'll come with an idea after that." He just walked off. Violet sighed. She knew the two cared about each other, but she didn't know Vox would take it this bad. As the day passed, Vox had many emotions: sadness, jealousy, but the biggest one he had was anger and eagerness to get revenge. Now, since Val wasn't destroyed by a holy weapon, he would respawn, but it takes months, and all the contracts he signed will be ill void. Vox couldn't believe this. Val was humiliated, and he wasn't gonna see him for months. This made it so Vox needed to get revenge, so he had a plan. When the months passed, him and Val would come up with a plan, and they will get revenge on Charlie. All he has to do is lure her into a trap. We cut to months later. Everything's been going fine for the hotel, and that whole incident was almost forgotten about. However, one day, Charlie would hear a knock on the door. As she opened it, it was the 3Vs. Val would say, "I'm sorry for the way I treated Angel. I came here to apologize and talk things out with you." Charlie would agree, as Val would be extremely angry. You see, he lost his contract with Angel. Angel was truly free now. When someone is destroyed and brought back, they lose all of their contracts and all the things they owned. This made Val extremely upset, and he had to get his revenge. So, they talked to Charlie and took her out to an electronics store. Well, it was hidden. You see, they made it seem like it was a restaurant in neutral territory, when in actuality, it had Vox electronics everywhere. As they all sat down and began to eat, Charlie would say, "I'm really sorry for what I did. I didn't mean to flip out on you." Val would say, "It's okay, I forgive you, because soon you won't exist." As suddenly, all the wires from all the TVs hidden around would come out, and Vox would then start to laugh. "You're really dumb. You actually thought we would talk things through after what you did?" Val would then say, "It's time to get my revenge, honey. You took away the hottest man down here, and everyone's very upset with that, so now it's time I get rid of you." As he pulled out an angelic weapon. "We'll have to go into hiding. Lucifer will be quite upset, but it'll be worth it to show that no one can mess with us. Besides, we can always rule from the shadows." As Charlie felt everything, she was betrayed by these people. People that she tried to redeem, people that she tried to improve, and people that she tried to make their lives better. She gave them the benefit of the doubt, even after everything they did, and this made her angry. As Val said, "Any last words?" Charlie said, "I should ask you that question." As suddenly, the entire ground began to shake, as everyone was shocked, as they felt waves of energy coming from Charlie. Vox would try to fire electricity right at Charlie, but the electricity simply faded away as his arms began to melt, as everything around them began to melt, the chairs, the tables. Her anger was so powerful, it caused the entire room to melt. As everyone around her melted, she began to scream. She completely lost consciousness. She became a ball of anger, a ball of power, as she began to destroy everything in sight. Meanwhile, we cut to the hotel. As Vaggie would see this on the news, she couldn't believe what her girlfriend became. She couldn't believe what happened, but she still loved her, and she needed to help her. As she sighed, she got out and started to run towards Charlie. Vaggie had to stop this, and she thought about bringing her spear, but she couldn't bring herself to fight Charlie. She loved Charlie. She loved her more than anything. As Vaggie kept running more and more and more and more, eventually she found Charlie, as Charlie was destroying all the buildings around her. In a chaos of mayhem, she ran, and as she felt gravity increase, she could barely walk, but she kept running and running and running until she finally got to Charlie and kissed her. As she calmed down, she looked around and cried, "I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to." "Shh, it's okay, hun. It's okay. Let me take you home," as they smiled and held hands. Charlie may have snapped, but something put her back. Something saved us from her wrath, and that was love. Love is always the answer.
And that is going to leave things off. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please, please share it with all your friends. It means the world to me. I'm so glad I have an audience that watches what I make. And I'm so glad you're here. Just thank you for being here. And I've had many different ideas. I thought about adding all my has-been videos, like all my one-shots into one long-form video. And I've thought about doing like your own story type thing. But I don't know. You have any suggestions like that? And please, if you want to collab or make what if videos, let me know and I'll do it. Peace out.